Hey guys, back at it again, do another weekend project. Today I'm going to show you something simple, easy and fixable. I'm going to show you how to change the water pump on this bad boy. It's a 2007 Chevy Colorado. It's a 3.7 liter engine, and I believe it's the LT model. So let's go ahead and get this project started. Now I wanted to show you guys what we're gonna need to work on this bad boy here. So this is the actual pump itself. This is the part number in case you're interested. Now the water pump did come with a gasket. It is a kind of like cardboard gasket, and this is the actual water pump. I believe the gasket goes in here like so. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. This way. When we install it back. And then we are going to need some Permatex. This is a gasket maker. We're going to go ahead and apply a thin layer on the inner side before we install it. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get this project started. Now again, make sure you have your vehicle on a level surface. We're gonna go ahead and drain this the coolant. All right, so I'm going to get my handy dandy let's see if I can find a bucket so we can go ahead and get this project started. All right guys, let's get underway. Okay guys, just for the sake of showing you the do-it-yourselfer how to properly drain this Chevy Colorado, just for the purposes, I lifted the truck up and I'm going to show you where to drain this bad boy. So this is the lower radiator hose. We're going to go ahead and unclamp it and pull it apart. We're going to have a little catch pan. We're going to catch all the coolant coming out. Okay, you can use some regular pliers, or in my case I'm using this special clamp tool. All it is, I'm just going to go ahead and put this here like so, and then I'm going to squeeze the handle, and that's going to go ahead and compress this clamp, and then it's going to allow me to hold it there for a little bit, and then I'm just going to muscle the hose up and about. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay guys, I just want to show you how easy having this tool is really to your benefit. Again, I placed that right there by the clamps, and I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze this, and as you can see, it's going to go ahead and allow me to squeeze that end, and it's just going to stay there because this is actually keeping it in place. I'm just going to put this down, and as you can see, it's allowing me to move it and to drip. So then I'm just going to go ahead and muscle the radiator hose. Just be careful not to get coolant in your eyes. And again, or if this doesn't come out, you could just put a screwdriver in between and just wiggle it out. So let me go ahead and remove this with two hands, and then we'll come back. And this is what it looks like once you remove the lower radiator hose. It's already draining into my bucket here. Just make sure you use safe repercussions and wear some gloves, because this coolant is very poisonous, not just to humans but to animals. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue with the next step. Okay guys, so this is basically what it looks like once I pry the lower radiator hose. It's already dripping into my catch pan here. Again, make sure you use precautions, wear some gloves or anything, because this coolant is very poisonous, and not just for humans but to animals. Make sure you either hose down any excessive coolant that might have dropped on your driveway or wherever you might be, because animals are attracted to, especially cats and dogs. But since I'm already kind of drained the system, just for the sake of argument, I'm going to go ahead and put this back like so, and I'm going to go ahead and squeeze it in all the way, and then I'm going to go ahead and release the tension from this tool. And there you go, guys. We're gonna go ahead and continue the next step. Okay, guys, so the next step, we're gonna go ahead and remove the fan shroud. And very easy. All you're gonna use is this long flathead screwdriver, and I got you guys some lighting down there. It's held on by about 6 of these clips. Here's 1, 2, 3, and here at the end 4, and then you have another one right there, 5. And to take these clips off, let me see if I get you guys a better view here. What you guys gonna do, you're just gonna get this flathead screwdriver and you're gonna put it towards the edge of the clip, and you're just gonna move it backwards like so. But just put your hand underneath so that way you don't drop these clips, because you're gonna have to reuse them and put everything back. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea. So I'm gonna remove this clip, remove this fan shroud, and then we'll continue. Okay? Alright guys, so here's what the clips look like once I remove them. And to put them back, basically in reverse order, we're just gonna go ahead and, let me see if I give you guys that angle. We're just gonna take this clip. Once you put the fan back, we're just gonna place it and put it in place like so, and then we're just gonna push it in like that. Okay, and again, that's just to take it off. Put it back in, and then take it off. Just use that flathead screwdriver to remove it. Okay guys, so next step, we're actually going to pull up on the fan shroud. But before we do, again, once you remove the clips, there are some small plastic retainer clips that's holding, in this case, some lines here. So just be mindful of those. Take those off, so that way when we do push up, it's going to clear. And then on each side, there's this also kind of like clips. And once you push up on the fan shroud, just make sure you install it back in reverse order and put it back where they belong on this side. Again, it's going to be one there and another one right here. So before we actually pull it up, just make sure you're mindful and take those into consideration before you pull it up. And then since we already drained the coolant system, I'm going to go ahead and remove this upper radiator, so that way when I push up on the fan shroud, it'll give me some room to do that. So let me just show you here again. And again, I'm already using my special clamp tool remover, and I'm going to muscle this bad boy out. But as you can see, it's pretty stuck in here. So I'm going to use a pick to kind of go around the actual hose itself, kind of loosen it up. It looks like it's been stuck for a while, and then I'm going to remove it, and then we'll go to the next step, guys. Alright guys, so now that I removed the upper radiator hose, I'm going to go ahead and push up on this fan shroud. And again, this is where I was talking about, just be mindful of these clips here. When you do push up, just remove it like so on this side, and we're going to go back on this clip here, push it up, and there you go. And that's going to allow us to remove the actual fan, and that's the reason why we're taking out the upper radiator hose, so we can take this off like so. Just gonna put this here on the top, and then we have the other piece that's also gonna come off here, and there's a plastic that's covering the actual. We're gonna just leave it there for now. And that's basically holding on the fan shroud. So just for the sake of time, I'm just going to make sure I leave it there for now. We're going to go to the next step. So next step, we're going to go ahead and remove the actual fan clutch. So let's go and do that real quick. Okay guys, so the next step, we're going to go ahead and remove the drive belt on this bad boy. Now, all you're going to do, you could use a ratchet for this, a 3/8 ratchet, but I'm actually using a serpentine belt tool here. You can find these at your local auto parts store. And just for the sake of lighting, hopefully you guys can see this. I apologize. Let me see if I get you guys a close up. This is the drive belt. I'm sorry, this is the belt tensioner. I don't know if you can see here, this is a 3/8 opening. So what I'm going to do to remove the drive belt, I'm just going to use my tool and stick it in there. And again, you can use a ratchet if you like. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that's inside. like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it, and that's, I don't know if you guys could see that, but that's actually allowed me to remove the dry belt. So let me go ahead and see if I can show you guys. But before you do remove the dry belt, just make sure you kind of do a diagram of how the dry belt actually goes, like around which pulley, around the alternator, so that way when you put it back, you're not scratching your head and trying to figure out what goes what. Okay, again, take a picture of it, or just, you know, get a piece of paper and draw like diagram, or sometimes your vehicle might have a diagram sticker, but this one doesn't seem to have it. So again, just do that step. All right guys, so again, to do this job successfully, so that, and that way you could do this on a timely manner, please have the correct tools for the right job. You will need a fan clutch holder. This is what that looks like. And then you actually need the fan clutch wrench. And again, now that everything's removed, the fan shroud, you could easily have access. This is the nut that we're going to go ahead and remove right here. And again, this fan clutch wrench is going to go right there where it needs to be, like so. And then I'll give you guys an idea, hopefully. So now that you have the fan clutch wrench there, we're going to have the holder, and this holder basically goes between those nuts. We're going to hold it in place, and then we're going to go ahead and turn the wrench counterclockwise. So let me go ahead and do this job real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so the next step, once you remove the fan clutch itself, we're gonna go ahead and it's gonna expose here the actual water pump, but we're gonna remove this pulley. It is held in by, I believe these look like 13mm. Let's see. Yeah, 13mm bolts. Oh, yep, there it is. So we're gonna remove them, and that's gonna expose the actual water pump itself. So let me go to remove that real quick, and I'll come back. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you two ways to be able to remove these bolts. You can use the actual fan clutch holder and your 13mm ratchet, and just wrench this out if you like. At the same time, you know, you just kind of go around it and take them off. But just because I'm pressed for time, I'm gonna go ahead and just use my cordless impact, and I'm just gonna go ahead and ratchet these out as I go. These are not I'll get the torques for you guys, but these are not fully really tight in there. They're just, I think, I'll double check, but I'll put the torque specs in the video. But these should come out like so. So let me go ahead and take this off, and then we'll continue to the next step. Alright guys, I'm about to take the last bolt here out of here, so I'm going to do that. Bear with me. Okay, so once I take the last bolt, the extra pulley is gonna come loose. And if it doesn't come loose, all you can do is just tap it with the mallet on the top gently, and in the front a mallet, not a hammer, guys. And this is the actual water pump. Let me see if I can give you guys a better lighting here. So this is the actual water pump. I can tell it's going a little bit bad, just the way it feels. Yeah, it's okay, and it's basically held in by a few bolts. Let me go ahead and get my ratchet and ratchet this. Alright guys, so it's actually going to be 5mm, I'm sorry, 5 10mm bolts that we're going to go ahead and remove. So let's go ahead and get this removed, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, let me just show you where the 5 bolts are. One down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know if you can see There's one down here. This is the fifth one right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me go remove those real quick and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so I'm about to take the last bolt from the water pump. And again, there's going to be 5 bolts. They're all the same, so you don't have to worry about which order they go. Same length and so forth, so you should be good on that. And then the water pump should just come out. I put the catch pad in there securely. Alright. And once you remove the water pump, just make sure you clean any old gasket around here and just wipe it down. I normally like to put some brake clean once I wipe it down and go from there. But this is the actual water pump, and you always want to compare it with the new water pump. Here, let me show you real quick. Okay, and just make sure they're the same. As you can see, same length and so forth. And you see how here they used they actually put the actual gasket, and then they put a bit of that gasket maker on there, so you want to do the same as well. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and clean this up really good. Let me see. Let me get a quick shop rack real quick. And just clean this bad boy really good. And if you have kind of like one of those razors, if you have some gasket that doesn't want to come off, just go ahead and clean it out. So let me go and do that real quick. Okay, yeah, there we go. And just make sure you take the time, guys, to clean this really good. You don't want any old gasket that's gonna mess up the actual other gasket to stick on. So let me go ahead and clean this up really good, guys, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so now that we properly clean the surface area where the water pump's gonna go, we're gonna go and install the actual gasket. And it's just gonna go in here like so. Just line up the grooves, make sure it's right where they should be. Take your time doing this. Okay, turn it around. There we go. So it's lined up there, there, and then we're gonna go ahead and apply a kind of like thin layer of gasket maker all around here, and just let it sit there for maybe, I will say, like a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and install the water pump like so. And the bolts are actually going to be torqued in at 7 foot-pounds. Just make sure you clean these bolts really good with the wire brush or something that you have, so that way there's, you know, whatever stuff of gunk doesn't get stuck in there. And again, these are going to be tying up to 7.4 foot-pounds or 89, I think it's 89 pounds per inch, but make it easier for you, 7.4 foot-pounds. Alright guys, so I hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe, comment. Any feedback we really appreciate it, not just to me but to other viewers. And the rest we're going to go ahead and do reverse order. and I'll put the torques at the end of the video in case you missed some of them. Okay, alright, have a good day guys, thanks for watching, and God bless. Okay guys, I did forget to mention that when you do torque these to 7.4 foot-pounds, make sure you torque them in a crisscross a start position, so you can start here and then go up here and then go back down to this one and then go back up here and then go back to this one, so that way the water pump could easily and smoothly be torqued correctly. So again, just wanted to share that one last tip before I forget. But as you can see, water pump's already installed, ready to go. So remember to make sure you let this dry for at least an hour before you add the coolant, so that way you can get a nice tight seal. Alright guys, thanks again.